Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. You may be counting down the days until your college kid comes home for the holidays, but things might be different when they arrive. So here with tips to help everyone survive, we welcome back podcast host and author of Cannonball, Fearlessly Facing Midlife and Beyond, Amy Schmidt. Great to see you, Amy.
Hi, Hannah. Great to see you. And what a great topic.
I know, so much anticipation, mostly from the parents, right? For the college kids to come home for the holidays, what should they prepare themselves for?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's like the countdown calendar to holidays back in the day, and now it's the kids coming home. So I think it's a really good time to lower our expectations a little bit as parents, because you know we're very nostalgic this time of year, and we're thinking of matching sweaters and all of these great holiday times together. And we really have to remember that. You know, we may have dropped them off in August, and this may be the first time they're coming home. It also may be the first time that they're seeing their friends. So I think that's a really important thing for parents to think about, is allow some time for them to see their friends. You know, these young adults are living in a digital world, right? So they're looking at their phones and they're looking at Snapchat maps, and they're seeing where all their friends are. And they might be seeing them at, you know, football games and all these parties and having all of this fun, because of course on social media, you know, your greatest hits are what you're posting. And your child might be struggling a little bit. They might be figuring out time management, figuring out relationships. So it's really important for them to have that touch point with friends. This could be their first time they've seen them, you know, since they left for college.
It is a really big deal. And what about that first arrival? Your college kid is back in the house. You don't want to have a ton of people hanging around to greet them.
Exactly. You're so right, Hannah. You know, they're going to be bringing in all this laundry, right? So we're going to be ready with all of that. You know, mom's ready, moms and dads ready to help with that. But you know what? You don't want to have a house full. You don't want to have a greeting committee. You really want to just have them ease in. We have to remember, you know, this is a short break, this first one, this Thanksgiving break. If they're able to come home, are only going to be home for a few days. So, and then when they go back, they're gearing up for finals. And once again, if it's your first kid going off, this could be their first time doing finals. So, you know, let them ease in at their own pace. And we can't get angry with them if they want a nap. If they want to just come home and collapse on the couch, give them permission to do that. It's okay.
It's a lot of pressure. There's a lot going on at that age specifically. Let's talk about curfew and house rules. This can be really complicated, and every household might look different too.
You know, I think that's very true. And since we're about a week and a half away from most likely them coming home for Thanksgiving, this is a great time this weekend to schedule some time with your kid and, you know, schedule a FaceTime with them and say, listen, we're so excited. There's so much anticipation around you coming home, but let's talk about some things. You know, you've been living independently. You haven't had rules. We don't know what you're eating. We don't know when you're sleeping. So let's talk about kind of our expectations and what you want out of this break as well. So if you really have those, you know, those courageous conversations with those kids before they even walk in the door, they'll feel like they have a little skin in the game and a little power, and so do you. So it's definitely a conversation you have to have around, you know, curfew times and things like that, but you can open the dialogue even as early as this weekend.
That might set you up for success later on too. Maybe if your kids are spending the summer with you, that you've got that groundwork already laid down for them to know what to expect.
Absolutely. Boundaries are it's a big thing. And, you know, you always want them to have a little power too. We want them to know and realize that, hey, you're independent and you're doing this on your own and you're very able to do it. So yeah, great conversation to have.
So what about they're home for the weekend, a quick long weekend? You might have to just really schedule some time with your own kid just to make sure you do get that quality conversation in.
I love that, Hannah. You know, it's so true, because we are so quick to rapid fire questions, right? We want to ask them what they're doing and how they're doing and everything else. And, you know, we should schedule some time with them. That's another conversation we can have this weekend. We can say, hey, we'd love to go to coffee, and let's sit down and talk about how your classes are going. Let's talk about your friends, you know, what's going on campus. So, you know, kind of schedule some time, whether it's coffee time or maybe a lunch out together, or maybe do some shopping, but go ahead and schedule that time ahead of time. And I think that will really get you some success with, you know, having them kind of be a little bit more transparent about how they're feeling, and as well as you. So I think that's a great thing to do.
For sure. And I love what you said in the beginning about just kind of resetting your expectations, maybe lowering them a bit. It might not be a picture perfect weekend for everybody, and that's okay. We're all in a big transition here.
Exactly. I think that's so true. And, mental health is a big issue. And of course, they have so many, things that they can go to and support on campus. But we have to realize that as parents, we are the ones that can lessen that pressure valve a little bit for them. We really can. When they come home, we want them to feel safe and we want them to feel, loved and welcomed home. And, it's times like that that we really can lessen that valve for them. They're under a lot of pressure. And as I said earlier, they're going to go back and they're going to have about 2 weeks and then they're into finals. And then they'll be home with us again. And there's a good chance, Anna, that, they're going to be ready to get back on campus on Sunday. And we'll be ready to have our house back to our new normal by then, too.
A little less chaos.
Exactly.
Thank you so
Exactly.
much, Amy. Great to talk with you.
Thank you so much.
Amy's book again is Cannonball, Fearlessly Facing Midlife and Beyond. We'll have more about the book and about Amy on our website at katu.com.